There's a new world record set for cruises across the Atlantic Ocean. We'll give you the staggering numbers of what's happening right now aboard the Symphony of the Seas. Plus, Carnival Cruise Line is gearing up to bring Italian fun to New York City later this year. And there is a huge update going on over in Spain with the ship that's going to be cruising there. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. I'd like to once again welcome you on board Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. It's day 12 already of this transatlantic crossing. Only one more sleep and I am getting off of the ship. Today, we're going to make port in Valencia, Spain. Yesterday, we were in Malaga. What an amazing, beautiful city. I'd love to show you some sights from there towards the end of today's episode. But since you're here for the cruise news, let's get right into it. There is a record being set on board this ship right now, as the Symphony of the Seas is the current record holder of the most passengers sailed on a transatlantic cruise ever. World record. Call Guinness, baby. That's what we're doing. All said, there are 7,604 persons on board. Of that, there's about 2,300 crew members and nearly 5,300 passengers, making this one gigantic floating city everywhere we go. It's a really cool thing to be part of yet another world record in cruising. I don't know if you remember, but just a few weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to be in Nassau, Bahamas on the busiest passenger day there in the history of Nassau. Really cool. The more you cruise, the more you seem to find yourself right in the middle of things. Now, as far as the crossing so far for Symphony of the Seas, well, it's been pretty rough seas. The captain actually had to sail an extremely far southbound route. We were originally intending to go northbound, but no, that didn't happen. There was a major storm, a major disturbance in the North Atlantic, and wow, did it cause some waves. The highest on record for this ship being 9 meters high. Here you go in feet for all my American brothers and sisters here that don't know what the metric system is. Neither do I. I had to Google that. But after all, this is a really special cruise, and there you go. A new world record for transatlantic cruising. Curious how long this one's going to stand. There are a lot of Oasis-class ships sailing across the ocean here over the coming year or two. Now, before we get into our next cruise news story, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel here if you love cruising. It's the best way to stay up to date and informed for your next sailing, and you get to learn some really cool fun facts. And while you're down there below the video, liking the video and all of that, I'd encourage you to check out the Midships Amazon store. In there, you can find everything I take with me every single time I cruise. It's all been personally tested, things that I would recommend to you. Check it out. It's a link in the description below. It's the very top one. Now let's get back into today's cruise news. Carnival has a new concept coming out called Costa by Carnival. If you've been living under a rock somewhere, basically what Carnival is doing is they're going to convert some of their ships in the Costa fleet. It's the one all-white ship, yellow funnel, blue sea, and they're going to basically carnivalize them. They're going to turn them into sort of a hybrid hodgepodge of a fun ship with some Italian flair. And one of those ships that's going to be sailing here in June of this year, she's called the Costa Venezia, and she's just reached a major milestone in her journey to carrying Carnival passengers stateside. And that, of course, is ending up in the shipyards in Navantia. That's in Cadiz, Spain. She just arrived there the other day. We actually passed her on Symphony of the Seas. We came pretty darn close there. Cadiz and where we went through, which is in Gibraltar, the little passage, it's not all that far away. It's the same country, right? Now, Venezia is going to spend several months in dry docks to receive a huge transformation, not only including the new paint job, the red, white, and blue livery. They're going to leave the yellow funnel with the Costa Sea on board. But this is a massive Vista-class vessel. She was built back in 2019 is when she entered service. And Carnival is going to be adding tons of your favorite fun ship venues on board this ship, from their waterworks to their Cloud9 spa, all of these things. Guys Burger, if you know and love it on a Carnival ship, it's most likely going to be installed here on the Venezia in the coming few months. And all this is going to be happening pretty quickly, as Venezia is slated to take a transatlantic crossing over to New York City starting in late April. I was going to book on this cruise, but if you know anything about this channel, I'm hosting a group cruise in early June, and it would be a conflict, and well, obviously the group cruise is going to be way more fun. You're going to that, right? Check this out. We're hosting a group cruise aboard Carnival's brand new ship, the Celebration, one of those huge Excel-class vessels. If you've not been on one, well, it's definitely worth the price of admission. Come check it out. There's a Facebook link in the description down below. If you want more info, the cruise leaves on June 11th out of Miami, Florida. It's called Midships Miami Nights. We're taking a cruise down to Mexico, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Mahogany Bay. And boy, do we have some really fun people in the group here for this cruise. A lot of return group cruisers and some newbies, some folks who haven't cruised before. I'm looking forward big time to this cruise. As a matter of fact, we'll probably do a little highlight video so you can see exactly what we have planned here. I don't know, probably once I get back to the States. I'm going to be here in Europe for about another week here. Going to spend some time in Spain and head up to London, England. Got some fun things planned. Really looking forward to maximizing my time here on this new continent for me. That's going to do it for today's cruise news. If you made it this far into today's episode, like I said, please make sure you get subscribed to the channel. It's the only way I know that you love cruising as much as I do. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships. Well, if you made it here through to the end, it was sort of a shorter episode, not a ton of cruise news going on, but if you're a subscriber to this channel, you're the first to know about this world record. But right now, I want to show you some of the things that I got to see and do yesterday in Malaga, Spain. You know, don't sleep on this port. I did not do very much research at all for this cruise. I was just here for the ship, for the journey and the experience. But, you know, after basically 10, 11 days at sea, not touching land, I decided to get off the ship. And boy, did I stumble into some amazing sights and sounds. Got to go in a very old castle, probably older than any building I've been in before in my life. See the beautiful sights of Malaga. Listen to the bells. Wow, what an amazing experience. If you're ever here, get off the ship, make some plans, enjoy your time, and we'll see you tomorrow. La 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 la.